The kitchen is the core of our home and a place where many of our cherished memories are made, but it can also be a significant source of stress, particularly on hectic days when dirty dishes and clutter accumulate on our countertops. We often find ourselves rushing to decide on dinner plans at the last minute. That's why today I wanted to share some of my top lazy minimalist tips for making your kitchen more efficient and simplifying your cooking routine, all by working smarter, not harder. Before we dive into these exciting tips, thank you for visiting my channel and watching this video. Please support me by hitting the like button and subscribing, so I have the motivation to create more great and useful videos. Now, let's get started. The first hack is all about clever substitutions that help you own fewer items. Reducing the number of things in your kitchen means more space and less clutter to manage, while still having everything you need to cook and enjoy your favorite meals. For instance, if you want to make a chai tea latte at home but don't have a fancy milk frother, don't rush out to buy one. Instead, consider what you already have and find a substitute. You can whisk the milk by hand, or if you have a blender, you can froth the milk in it before adding it to your chai tea. I've also repurposed glass storage containers as bowls for soups or cereals. I decided to part with my slow cooker and Instant Pot after realizing that almost anything I wanted to make in those could be done in a regular pot or my rice cooker. So right away, I was able to cut the number of gadgets and appliances I own by 50% without missing anything. The second hack: apply the Ohio rule to keep your countertops clutter-free. If you're not familiar, it simply means only handle it once. It's a fantastic minimalism hack that saves both time and energy. Throughout the day, our kitchen counters can accumulate a mishmash of items, from appliances to dishes, groceries, papers, and mail. But by adhering to the Ohio rule, our aim is to deal with these items promptly, keeping our space tidy as we go. This prevents clutter from building up excessively, making it easier to manage and avoiding a big cleanup at the end of the day when we're already exhausted. So, I just want to point out that I've got dinner in the oven. It's pizza that I'm making, and the Brussels sprouts are on the stove. I've already washed up most of the dishes, leaving the countertops spotless. After dinner, all that's left is to clean up the cooking mess and the dishes we've used. That's all there is to it. You can apply this same principle to groceries, kids' schoolwork, artwork, and any papers or mail that land on your countertops. Deal with them right away instead of delaying until later. Hack number 3. Use the container rule to outsmart your brain. This trick is especially effective for those with small kitchens or limited cabinet space, and it's great for anyone who wants to keep their countertops tidy without sacrificing style. To apply the container rule, simply choose a container that fits the items you want to organize. Then, place those items inside or on top of the container. This creates the illusion of one unified item instead of several separate ones, giving your space a more organized feel. Plus, it designates a clear spot for these items to go when not in use, making cleanup a breeze for everyone in the household. 4. One smart way to maximize space in your kitchen is to choose an ideal location for storage. While this might seem like common sense, I used to be less thoughtful about where I placed items in my kitchen. As a result, storage was inefficient, and cooking wasn't as convenient as it could be. For instance, our pots and pans are stored right next to the stove, which makes it easy to grab them when needed. On the other hand, less frequently used items like the blender are stored in a cabinet above the dishwasher, a bit farther from the main kitchen area. This way, I don't clutter the space I use most often with items I rarely need to access. If you're looking to optimize kitchen storage, consider using clever tricks like installing tension rods to hang spray bottles, setting up dish drying racks, or utilizing shelves for spices and cooking utensils. Hack number 5 on this list encourages borrowing before buying. It's a smart strategy for saving both time and money. Imagine you're curious about using an air fryer, but you're uncertain if it's right for you. Instead of purchasing one outright, consider borrowing from a friend or family member who already owns one. Test it out in your kitchen to see if it meets your needs. This approach also applies to books. Personally, I love browsing cookbooks for inspiration, but I'm selective about the ones I buy. To add variety to my kitchen routine, I often visit the library and borrow a stack of cookbooks. Back home, I explore them thoroughly to find the ones that truly inspire me. If I only discover a couple of appealing recipes, I'll search online for similar ones and save them for later. However, if I find myself loving numerous recipes, then investing in the cookbook becomes worthwhile. Number 6. 2 dishes, 1 prep. A savvy approach to meal planning is to combine tasks to save time and effort. For instance, when preparing meals, consider cooking extra portions to have leftovers. For example, over the weekend I roasted chicken and vegetables. Then, I used the leftover chicken to make pasta. While cooking the pasta, I added extra vegetables to enhance the flavor and nutrition. Typically, when I make pasta, I end up with plenty of leftover chicken. I can use this leftover chicken to make chicken curry the next day. This way, I not only save time, but also create a delicious and diverse alternative meal. By adopting this approach to cooking, not only do you save time and effort, but you also ensure that no leftovers go to waste. Hack number 7 is to steer clear of overly complex recipes. When I first ventured into cooking for myself, I'd often select recipes based solely on their appealing descriptions, giving little thought to the required ingredients. This haphazard approach often led me to purchase random items, only to realize later that the recipe was more intricate or time-consuming than anticipated. Consequently, those ingredients would languish in my pantry, unused and forgotten, resulting in unnecessary waste. Over time, I've learned to be more discerning about the recipes I choose and the ingredients I invest in, mindful of avoiding both time and money wastage. Nowadays, before purchasing an ingredient, I make it a point to brainstorm at least 3 different recipes where I could utilize it. I prioritize recipes that are not only quick to prepare, but also require fewer ingredients, streamlining my cooking routine and reducing unnecessary clutter in my kitchen. Additionally, I've found that experimenting with versatile ingredients and mastering a few basic cooking techniques can greatly expand my culinary repertoire, allowing for greater creativity and flexibility in meal preparation. And finally, sharing is essential. An effective tip for optimizing kitchen chores is to share tasks. If you live with family or friends, divide the tasks among yourselves. Each person can take on a specific task, helping to reduce the workload and increase efficiency in managing time and tasks. For example, one person can prepare ingredients, another can cook, and the next can clean up after the meal. This way, everyone contributes to the common task, and everyone can feel lighter and happier in the kitchen, making kitchen time easier and more enjoyable. If you found these minimalist kitchen hacks helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Let me know in the comments what other areas you'd like me to discuss simplifying next. See you next video and take care.